third time is a charm. It took week number 3 into the 2025 season. But Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams has played some of the best football of his career as a professional. He has returned to the form that saw him win a Heisman Trophy at Southern California. Caleb Williams has faced as more adversity than any other young quarterback in recent memory. Less than 3 years ago, the former Southern Cal Trojan star was getting lofty comparisons to players like Super Bowl most valuable player, quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and even had the likes of coach Sean Payton, who was in the media at the time, suggesting he may be so good that teams fight to reconstruct the way the draft system currently operates to have a chance at selecting him. While no player can live up to those expectations, being thrust into a dysfunctional organization and having 3 head coaches and 4 offensive coordinators in your first 20 games will make the climb up that he'll call success even more difficult. On Sunday, Williams had the best game of his career in a win against the Dallas Cowboys, completing 19 of 28 passes for 298 passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns. Williams now leads the NFL in passing touchdowns with 7 and only has 1 interception. Last season, we saw Caleb struggle as any rookie quarterback would, and should. Quarterbacks don't get the luxury of sitting a year or 2 behind a veteran while learning the playbook and being taught how to be a pro. Today, if you are a first-round quarterback pick, you are expected to start. Let's face it, it isn't all that fair anymore to these young players, but with how much money the teams are investing in contracts for players and coaches, and not to mention the fan base starving for wins, these teams want to see what you got immediately. We, as fans, have to stop expecting players to come in like Mahomes and light the league on fire. He was an anomaly. Probably won't happen again for a long time. Caleb had an okay rookie season last year, but he left us with more questions than answers after his rookie season. He didn't set any records, but you could see a game or 2 where he looked like the number 1 pick. Most games, however, we were all wondering when everything would come together for him. You see, the quarterback position is all about consistency. Caleb has not played consistently well for a large portion of the season last year. After last season, the coach got fired, and going into this season, he has to basically throw away the playbook he just learned and start all over with new head coach, Ben Johnson. To me, quite frankly, it looked like in the preseason and the first 2 weeks of this young season, Caleb just didn't really fully understand the playbook. You could tell Coach Ben Johnson was getting frustrated with Caleb Williams. Coach wears his emotions on his sleeve. That's why this Cowboys win was such a big deal. It finally looked like Caleb knew exactly where to go with the ball. He looked comfortable back there, and it looked as if Caleb was finally having fun again. Shit! Cause they whacked the Cowboys. I mean, this was a beatdown with all 3 parts of the team getting in on the Dallas beatdown action. Dallas was missing their 2 best players. 1 to injury and 1 that was traded away right before the season started, but the Bears did what they were supposed to do. Beat the shit out of the Cowboys, and we have to praise them for doing so. Now, Williams certainly has his flaws to iron out, but he's taking care of the ball at a high level, and under Coach Ben Johnson, he seems to have regained the confidence and command he possessed at Southern California that helped him lead the Trojans back to the national spotlight, and that earned him a Heisman Trophy under Coach Lincoln Riley. To start this season, Williams looks much closer to what was expected of him coming out of college. Riley is known as a quarterback savant, and Williams flashed while playing at both Oklahoma and Southern California with Riley. Williams is back with another offensive coach in Ben Johnson, and the pairing might be another special one for the young quarterback. Caleb Williams was quoted as saying after the game, quote, "To be able to have this win, it's important to have this moment with his family, with us as players, but also for this organization and the momentum that we're trying to catch. The train is going, it's starting. We've just got to keep going and be consistent and stay on the rails," unquote. Bears head coach Ben Johnson said after the game, quote, "I thought Caleb was really good. And the thing that you don't see on the stat sheet is he's getting a lot more comfortable calling those plays in the huddle. We're able to get out of the huddle a little bit faster, and we're able to get on the line and operate a little bit cleaner as well. I was proud of him for that," unquote. Caleb Williams also added, quote, "It starts in practice and how consistent we were in practice. The preparation when we're actually between the white lines and going there and competing versus each other and having these tough practices, it builds the confidence for us to be able to go out here and have a game like we had today," unquote. The poise and command that Williams showcased during his time as a Trojan are as much of a reason why teams and talent evaluators fell in love with him as a prospect as his arm talent and natural ability. Williams is slowly but surely building back into the player while also showcasing improvements in playing on time and within the structure of the offense, which was one of his greatest areas for improvement. Williams' career stats don't tell the full story, but they're much better than you realize. In 20 games, Williams is completing 62.6% of his passes, has 4,256 passing yards, 27 passing touchdowns, and just 7 interceptions. Again, Caleb is the leader right now in touchdown passes for the entire league. If Williams can pair these improvements with added intermediate accuracy while continuing to play with the same magic from those legendary nights in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, the wins will fall into place for the Chicago faithful. I am definitely rooting for the kid. I'm not a fan of his painted fingernails and all that bullshit. Kind of fruity if you ask me, but hey, kids nowadays, you never know. I'm not saying. Well, let me shut up before I get in trouble. All I'm saying is I love watching football and great quarterback play, and this kid is a special talent. Not for fingernail painting. For actually throwing the ball. I want to see Caleb succeed, and I would like to see Chicago get back to winning games and making deep playoff runs. It would be absolutely fantastic for the league if the Bears can get their shit together. Now I'm going to root against them when they play my Chiefs, but I'll for sure root for the Bears when they are not playing my team. Subscribe to the channel, and we will update you on Caleb Williams' progress with the Bears throughout the year. Peace, y'all.